Hello, my name is Mary.
And my name is Christine.
And we are sisters. And together we co-host this weekly podcast, Dawson, Cries. Every week, my sister and I watch an episode of Dawson's Creek as it plays on the air. And we talk about it quickly before anyone else has a chance to dissect the new information. Oh, just kidding. It's 20 years old. So my sister and I came to this show very late in life. And we use it as a nice stress reliever from the horrible apocalyptic, gouge our eyes out life that we're living in 2018.
We're just fuming balls of rage these days.
I'm Hail Mary full of rage, and my sister...
I'm just like, Christine is crying under her desk every chance she gets because she can't take it, listeners.
We're not gonna take it. We're gonna talk about Dawson instead. So here we are.
Thank God, yeah.
We're season 3. This episode is called First Encounters of the Close Kind, and Christine is going to take it away.
All right, listeners, I'm thrilled to be here, especially this week. As Mary said, it's been stressful. Ugh. So we're thrilled to be talking about the Big D and their cute little Capeside problems.
So I have those problems.
Oh, if only. I know. So Dawson is in his bedroom. Glad to be back, and it's Dawson. It's not Pacey and Jen this time. And
love seeing the D first thing.
Love seeing the D. I know, what could be better, right? So he is chilling. He's doing something like totally Dawson and rewatching his documentary about witch islands. I was like, is he watching his own? I saw Grams pop up on the screen. I was like, huh.
Inner slut shaming.
Oh, right. Yeah, classic Grams. And I was like, I bet he's watching that film that he submitted, and sure enough he was, because he's very self-involved. And then lovely Joey just pops in the window with like a knapsack duffel bag thing. And, it's like a classic episode. I was like, here we go. We got Dawson, we got Joey. They're in their bedroom. Some kind of movie's on. Here we go. We're back in our familiar territory. But she's kind of making fun of him. She's like, oh, Dawson, what are you doing rewatching your film? And he's like, oh, yeah, you know me. she's kind of like, oh, are you nervous? Are you nervous for the film festival? And he's like, yeah, I am. I'm really nervous about it. And
the Sundance Film Festival.
Is it Sundance?
Well, they said Sundance, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't. No, it was in Cambridge.
No, I know. But he said it was Sundance, and then I got excited for him, and I wrote it down.
Oh, wow.
He's going to Sundance. Suck it, Miss Kennedy. But I think that was a lie. I don't know.
Maybe that was his wishful thinking.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe he was like, it's not Sundance, and I misheard. But
oh, maybe. I know, I didn't even hear that.
I'm glad to see him in another film festival.
Me too. I know, that's a great step for Dawson.
Proud of the D.
Good job, D. Yeah, and Joey's basically like, hey, don't be nervous, I'm part of the film. The film is really good. She's like being honest about it. She's being silly like I'm in it, so it's great. But she's actually like, no, but really it's good. And that's nice. And Dawson is talking about her weekend coming up. She's going on a college visit, which I guess Dawson is too. From the intro, it seemed like just Joey was going, but then as they talked about it more, I was like, oh, everyone's going.
Well, Dawson wasn't really there to tour the college. He was just there for the fest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so it was kind of just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So this bit kind of reminded me of something. So, like, Joey's going on the college tour, and she's going to be paired up with a college student. And I remember I did this, and I totally forgot that I did.
I did this too, actually.
It was nerve-wracking, was it not?
It was super nerve-wracking, and I had to go to, I don't know if you remember where you went, but I had to go to the Rochester Institute of Technology.
Yes.
Which, no shade on RIT, because it's a fantastic school, but I don't know. My parents were like crazy about college, and it stressed me out so fucking much.
Especially with you.
So bad with
really
me.
Crazy about college with you.
I was
we
like,
went on like 20 college tours.
We went on so many, and I was like, guys,
I forgot about that.
I don't
literally like tons.
I know. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't know what I want to major in.
We're not into it.
I hated every second of it. I was like, I don't want to major in technology. So my roommate, I was telling her, like, yeah, my parents are like nuts about this. They're like, you gotta go do all the science, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm stressed about it. She's like, just go to the art thing. Go to the art class. So I did. I sat in on an art class and I made this magnet and it was really fun. And then, of course, I went on to get a bachelor's degree in science. So, well, you know, they had their way at the end. Yeah, they did. But it was it was a really fun weekend. I did sit in on a business class, and it was like the shittiest thing ever. And I was like, fuck business. I'm never going
to. Dropping the quick F-bombs. You know what? Now, I think I did mine at the school that I went to. And I kind of remember sitting in on this this class that was about theater, because I was a theater major, and I sat in on this like class that was talking about theory, and it had something to do with, and this is something that stuck with me, and it's funny because it wasn't like actually my college experience, but something I overheard on this tour. But the teacher was talking about kissing and how kissing is cannibalism. And I love that phrase, and I've like put that into place, like that idea that kissing someone is you're eating them, and it's
wow.
And I just was so like moved by that lecture. And then I think I went to some other lecture where they were like talking about the movie Crash, and I was like, this is stupid. So
it's a good balance. Some of it's great.
It's a good balance because the one was really moving. I actually think it was like a dance class, and I'm not sure why they were talking about kissing as cannibalism, but they were. And I've always really liked that concept. So anyway,
well, actually,
Joey's excited. She's gonna make a magnet. She's gonna learn
Well, Mary, I want to share my quick story about something that stuck with me from my college week too, or college visit, because this was it was like the whole group was in a big lecture hall. It wasn't a class. It was like you're all the people looking at the school. And the man had everyone raise their hand if they thought, are you here because you believe you have to go to college to get a job and make money? And how many people do you think raised their hands?
99%.
Yeah, like mostly everybody. And then they're like, well, how many people are here because they want to enrich their lives and become more knowledgeable? And how many people do you think raised their hands?
10.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like lamenting the fact. He's like, this is a great opportunity to learn about you and humanity and all this like wonderful thing, all this wonderful stuff.
That's why I went to school. I didn't, I don't make any money from what I studied.
But I've never forgotten that. And I was like, oh, this is our society now.
Not mine.
Not yours, yeah. But 99% of our society.
Yeah, I know, it's stinky.
Yeah, it was interesting. But anyway, you're right. Joey is ready to go off. She's excited and nervous, too. She's nervous, too.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah. It's their first, as Dawson puts it, first weekend in the real world.
It is. And she's, like, really happy. She's like, I might actually make it out of Capeside. And Dawson's very apprehensive. He's like, this weekend could be, well, Joey's like, this weekend could be a glimpse into the rest of our lives. She's really excited about it. And, oh no, Dawson says that actually. Dawson's optimistic and Joey is less optimistic. Oops, I flipped them.
Oh.
That's because at the end of the episode, they switch places.
Yeah.
But right now, Dawson's excited about seeing what the future holds and Joey is anxious. So Dawson, when they arrive on campus, they're with Jack and Andie because apparently they're doing the college thing too. And Dawson feels like he's arrived in an alien land. He's not used to being outside of Capeside. He's out of his element. Andie is totally blown away by the college history. She's memorized the whole pamphlet. And, we get some fun trivia in this episode. March 14th, 1983. What's that day, Christine?
I can't tell you. I don't remember.
It's Dawson's birthday, girl!
Oh, shit! I was like, I know they said his birthday and I didn't write it down. Oops.
Yes.
Sorry, Dee.
Now, that would make him now 34, I think.
Oh.
35?
83? Probably. I can't do mental math.
Me neither.
I'm kind of useless.
One of the two.
Happy birthday, Dee.
Happy B-Day, Dee. A couple months ago. So Dawson is getting so much shit when he's checking in his movie because he's asked who his favorite filmmaker is, and it's Spielberg. And the lady checking him in is like, that is so lame. He has no edge. And then she's like looking at his chart, and she's like, you didn't fill out a synopsis. He's like, oh, there wasn't enough room. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Dawson can't follow the rules because he's too special. Oh my god, Dawson.
Well, he can't be brief. He's like, I have so many words. I can never condense it down.
Too real.
It's too true, yeah.
Too true.
I also like how when they're talking about Spielberg, and she's like, oh, well, where's the edge? And Dawson goes, well, the edge is fleeting. The heart lasts forever. And then she's just like, say cheese. Like, that's cheesy. It was funny.
Yeah, he is. I mean, we know he's a cornball.
Mm-hmm. He's a big block of cheese. It's true.
Oh, God. Yeah, his hair's made of cheddar.
Yeah, and then it sounds like everyone and their mom submitted a Blair Witch knockoff. Yeah, so this doesn't bode well for Dee. It made me nervous. Yeah. It's like, uh-oh, this is not going to go as he hopes.
I know, but Dee's still learning.
He is, and yeah, you got to go through that phase.
You know I support learning.
Well,
and experimenting and failing is okay. These are my mottos.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what I tell myself at night. No, I'm just kidding. So then Joey is about to be paired with her roommate. Knock, knock. Who's there? A big D. It's a boy sitting at the table, not a girl. And she's like, oh, can you tell me where I can meet AJ? I'm supposed to be paired with her. And he's like, I can't tell you where she is. And he's like being a big D about it. And
I know, this was stupid.
But then it comes out that basically they thought that Joey was a boy's name, and they paired her with AJ because he's a boy.
I kind of knew as soon as she said AJ, I was like, that's gonna be a dude.
AJ's not a girl's name.
I was like, yeah, she's gonna have a boy roommate. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Ugh.
I mean, obviously.
Abby.
If it was Alex, that's a little more.
Yeah, like Sam, something like that.
Sam. Charlie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Above.
There's a lot of gender neutral names, but
Aaron.
Yeah. Well, that's spelled usually differently, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they named her Joseph on the form, so they don't know.
yeah, they don't have a good system there. So
maybe her first name got cut off, and Josephina got cut off at like 5 letters.
Well, it's kind of a longer name, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, this guy is like really annoying and condescending, and I hate him. And he's like, get used to it, Joey. This is what college is all about, men and women living together. And he looks like 12 years old. She doesn't want to stay with him. She's uncomfortable with it. But in the end, she wants to be grown up. She wants the college experience, so she's going to stay with him.
Yeah, and he's like, I like how the argument that sells her is like, well, there's really no reason two members of the opposite sex can't spend one night together. And I'm like, well, Joey should know because she sleeps in Dawson's bed like almost every night.
I know. I was like, Joey, you should be chill, but you know how she is.
But she grew up with D. This is like a new D. She's like, I don't know this. I don't know this D. It is kind of like odd. I'd be like, I don't know if I trust you.
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So then Jack is, he tells Andie that he's looking at a map of Boston when she runs into him sitting on a bench. But in reality, he's looking at the pink pages.
Ow!
Yeah, go Jack.
Yeah.
So he's looking to explore a bit of the gay life in town.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for him.
I know. I was like, good for you, Jack. And I like how Andie is like, oh, you could, check out some art museum. Like, go find your Jarvis painting that you love.
I was like, yeah, I forgot that he was so into art, like, for one episode.
Right? I know. Jarvis. I can't forget that.
Hey, do you have any Jarvis in this
museum? Do you have a Jarvis exhibit by any chance? But
I'm really hankering to see a Jarvis print. You got me?
But no. He's going to check out
the pink,
the gay. I wrote down, I think Andie said something about butt prints. So he's, I don't know, something about a butt print.
Maybe because he was sitting on the bench.
His butt print on the bench. He's going to check out the gay scene's butt print. That's what he's doing.
Oh, I guess so. So Andie is being super annoying and doing the most this episode. She shows up for her interview months in advance. Her daddy's an alumnus, and he told her that if she ever really wants something, then she better be the first in line. I'm like, girl, if I was this receptionist, I would put an X through your application because you are so annoying.
Yeah, she's trying to use her privilege, like every ounce of it she has.
Yeah, she's like, my daddy went to this school.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. And like, yeah, I don't know. The whole thing was just super annoying and entitled and blah 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 blah. So they're like, no, you can't see the dean. Other people have appointments. Yeah, so that's basically it. Then we cut to Dawson at a screening. He's really into his movie, but surprise, surprise, the people around him aren't really feeling it. Been there, seen that.
They're really bored.
They're bored.
Yeah.
Dee gets really embarrassed, so embarrassed that he doesn't even want to stand up to do the Q&A. But then it gets so awkward, him just sitting there, so he has to stand and do it. Then the only question he gets asked is if Joey's in attendance because she's so hot. It's a bunch of girls that ask the question.
I know, yeah.
So Dawson just doesn't know what to do with his, like, misogynistic self.
No, he's really feeling shitty. And it looked like the girl that was working there,
Mm-hmm.
the girl that asked him about Spielberg,
Yeah.
she looked like she did kind of like it. And then she kind of tried to make him feel better. She's like, well, Dawson, it could have been worse. You know, no one threw anything. So, it's like...
But then she also says, like, I don't know what you were thinking, you know, in light of the Blair Witch Project.
Right. I mean, she already kind of said that before, but she's like, it wasn't the smartest move. And then she's like, you kind of missed the point because your relationship with Joey was the really interesting part. Like, that's what you should have focused on. And then Dawson was like, oh, God, like, can't even know my own material. You know, it's like hard criticism. And he's sensitive, so...
Oh, we know.
He didn't like hearing it. Yeah.
He's like, I don't need unsolicited notes, and I understand that. I don't appreciate those either. So he's defensive, but also this person is just trying to help. It is a learning experience for everyone there. They're in like a high school category, I'm assuming.
And they're all on the same level. There's no like power dynamic like with Miss Kennedy.
Right. You know, so it's hard. Joey asks Dee how it went. He said it was an unmitigated disaster.
Oh.
And he really takes this criticism, this failure to heart. He's like, I think I just don't have the talent to back up my dream. So you could see that there's residue left over from the pain of the Kennedy conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's getting that taste, too, of being, like he said maybe earlier, of being like a big fish in a small pond, but now he's out in the ocean trying to compete, and it's different for him.
Right.
But I'm kind of glad, like, he's not just some genius filmmaker.
Yeah, very true.
You know, like, it's kind of nice that he's, like, a regular. He's trying to struggle, figure it out.
Yeah.
It's more relatable. He makes him more likable.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he was great at it, I'd be like, F him.
Yeah, I'd be like, really? Dawson's great? I don't know.
Yeah, but Joey is being such a great friend to this episode. She was very supportive of him in his room, and now she's being supportive again. She's like, Dawson, I have been there for you and watched you on this journey from the very beginning, and I believe in you. And also, I'm proud of you.
Joey.
So, you know, that helps. That definitely helps Dee. And then Andie's back at this freaking dean's office bribing the receptionist with dessert. I was like, this lady does not have time for you. Like, why are you being so obnoxious?
Andie can't help herself. She's like, I need to get ahead.
The phone and been like, security.
Oh.
Andie does not need to be there bothering this lady.
I know.
She's just trying to do her job. So, basically the receptionist is like, look, I've had 7 children. None of them went to this school. I had 3 daughters. They're wives. They don't work.
Yeah,
doctor. One's a lawyer. Then I had a bunch of women.
That was painful. I know.
None of your daughters have lives outside of being married. I thought that was a pretty sexist thing the writers did.
I agree. I was like, are we really doing that? Yeah.
Really?
Okay. There it goes.
Your daughters are housewives. Okay.
That sucks. Except the one that plays the trumpet.
Yeah, but that's a man.
That's a man? I thought that was a lady. Dang it.
No, why'd you think that was a lady?
I don't know. I thought there was like one cool lady in the bunch.
No, she had 3 daughters that were all lumped into one married category. A doctor, a lawyer, something else, and a musician. Unmarried musician. Maybe because he said he was unmarried, but it was a dude, definitely.
Oh, shit. I was like, oh, unmarried trumpet lady, get it.
No, so that really ticked me off. But she said that that's the happiest child she has, is the unmarried musician. And she's like, school is going to have little to nothing to do with the kind of person that you become and or whether or not you'll feel fulfilled. So you really need to take a chill pill on it.
It's good advice. It's advice Andie really needs to hear.
It's advice Andie needs to hear, but at the same time, school does influence who you're going to become.
Yeah, it does. But I feel like Andie's definitely going to get into school.
Yeah.
You know, unless they find out she cheated on the PSAT.
Yeah, maybe she shouldn't get into school.
She doesn't really deserve it.
She doesn't have that much moral character.
No,
yeah.
I know. But she's also rich, so like...
She will.
Yeah. Unless, I don't know. I really don't know the money situation.
No, that's true. Me neither.
It could
she
be
was rich.
an illusion. Who knows?
That creepy business father of hers could be spending all the money.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah, he could be doing God knows what. So anyway, this lady gives her a lot of great advice that she doesn't deserve. And then Joey is sitting in on a lecture for freshman English. And who walks in but AJ? And guess what? He's leading the discussion because professors don't have time to come to freshman English seminars.
Oh, college.
Yeah, and he wants to do a discussion on great books. And he asks Joey what her favorite book is, and she says Little Women. And he is like, you mean the less successful version of Jane Eyre? God, what a dick this guy is.
Right, like, let me shit all over your favorite book.
Right, isn't he so mean?
It's really...
Like, what is wrong with him?
It's pathetic, yeah. Although, I will say, it's not totally unrealistic. Like, looking back at my college days, it's like, yeah, a lot of people did that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the hipper than now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so hip, I'm so smart, I'm so cool, you're so stupid.
Yeah.
It definitely happened. Every day. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So then people in the class are calling it anti-feminist. They're saying you can't call it a great book just because you identify with it.
Yeah, and Joey, I didn't realize how closely her life paralleled the book. Like, her name is Joey, the main character is Joe. She apparently has, I read it, but it's been like a real long time. Like, she has a thing for the boy next door, you know. Right. So it's kind of like, oh, all right. So she does.
I didn't realize all those parallels either.
I know, that's interesting. I wonder if they had planned that from the beginning, the writers? Or if they were like, oh, hey, this is just a coincidence. Let's put it in the show.
They might have. I mean, a lot of people, base things off of those old novels, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's true. It's good. It's good story, so it's good inspiration. But
yeah,
it was kind of neat to see that those parallels drawn.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, after class, he kind of catches up with her, and she's like upset, rightfully so. But basically is like, I don't, does he apologize? I feel like she calls him glib. She's like, you're being glib. And like,
you're being glib.
You're being glib. And he didn't really seem to redeem himself, but they get to know each other a little better later. But then Dawson is back at the film fest, and he's watching a film, and the theater is packed, unlike when his film was being shown, when it was kind of sparsely attended. But it's really crowded, and everyone is like glued to the screen, obsessed with it, and like the guy sitting next to him is like, do you know who shot this? This is on a whole nother level.
Right.
And Dawson's like, oh, I wish I did this, you know? He's got that cringy feeling like, I should have been better.
Yeah, why do I suck?
Yeah, and then like it's a huge ovation. Everyone's clapping for it. Everyone loved it. And they invite like the director to come up and answer questions. And surprise, surprise, it's Nikki. It's the girl that was working the desk.
The sign-in.
Yeah.
That's why you should never be rude to the people at the front desk. That's another lesson of this episode. Always be rude to the people that sign you in. Or always be nice.
I was like, oh.
Always be nice to the people that sign you in, because you never know who you're talking to.
I think that's good advice, Mary. I feel like you should expand it. Just always be nice.
Yeah, that's true. But people say all the time, like, you know, when you go into an interview, like...
Oh, the receptionist or whoever. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I mean, they say that a lot, too, when you go to auditions. Like, be really nice to the person who signs you in, because you don't know who they are, and, you know.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's maybe Andie's tactic. She's like, let me be really nice to this dean's assistant.
Right.
But I don't know, she's coming off as more desperate.
Like, be nice to everybody.
Oh.
How about that?
I feel like we could handle that as a species. We're probably capable of it.
We should, but it's asking a lot, all things considered.
Apparently it is, yeah. Oh, God. Let's aspire to that, everyone. I know our listeners are nice to everybody. I can tell.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah. You guys are the best.
Dee runs into Nikki at the vending machine. She needs a little sugar high.
Don't we all?
And Dawson's being kind of jealous. And she picks up on it. And she's like, look, if it had been the other way around, I'd have enjoyed your success. And he's like, okay, let's start over.
Yeah.
And then he's like, but then he's still being petty. He's like, your film was technically accomplished.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what a backhanded compliment. Like,
I know, he's petty bitch.
Like, that's not really that nice.
No, it's not.
No. But yeah, he's got a real bruised ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think Andie is, still with this admin. And they're getting kind of close, She's making a bond. And they decide to go grab a coffee together. And as they're having coffee, Andie's kind of talking about her personal life. She's telling this woman all about her mother and, what that's like for her and her mom's issues after her son's death. And the admin is like, all right, this girl needs some help. Like, she's really being she's being extremely nice. She's like, all right, do you mind if I lay a dose of truth on you? And I was like, all right, truth bomb, yeah, that's what Andie needs. And she's basically says something like, always wear sensible shoes because you can't think straight with uncomfortable shoes on. Good advice. And you never know when you're going to have to, like, run away. It's good advice. Then her other, like, real piece of advice is that life can surprise you in 1,000 different ways. So I feel like this is another piece of good advice in general. You can plan, all that stuff. You have everything in your head of how it's going to go. And then, like something crazy happens and you have to improvise anyway. So, she's like, Andie, you might go here, you might go somewhere else, but it doesn't really matter because life's going to throw you a lot of curveballs. So chill. Take a chill pill.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah.
But she's also like, don't like beat yourself up over things that you can't control. So like basically I think Andie wants to write about her mom and her mom's illness for her college acceptance letter or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the lady's like, yeah, but like don't blame yourself for that. Like that is not your fault.
Oh, right. Yeah. And like, don't think, what was it, like, you'll grow up to become her.
Oh, is that what she said?
I think, maybe not. I kind of remember them talking about Andie worrying, like, or she was thinking, like, if I try to envision, like, what my mom is going through or put myself in the mental space of what my mom is going through, it'll help me understand her better. And I kind of interpreted that, like, is she afraid that she's going to turn into her if she is trying to, like, get into her mental space and understand her better, but it might be kind of a stretch.
I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't take great notes this episode. I'm I'm realizing I was like, oh, I don't really remember that.
Oh no, I think Andie. No, I think Andie was reading into it, and she was like, maybe when your mom starts to lose her mind, you lose your mind too, just because you're watching someone so close to you deteriorate.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think she meant.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I had that impression. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that Andie's getting this guidance. Like, it's kind of sweet. It's nice.
That she doesn't deserve.
Oh. Well, I mean, you don't have to deserve it.
The trope of like, this is the kind of part they always give to like black women, which is like kind of insulting. Like, give a white person a lot of advice. Like,
yeah.
You know, where's Bodhi? That's my question.
Yeah, where is Bodhi? But I feel like at the same time, like Andie, I mean, some people like, I don't feel like you need to always deserve, like, it's nice to just help someone, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Like, if she didn't need it, she, you know, she wouldn't get it either. Like, if she deserved it or not, I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I feel...
No, I'm saying more of, like, the writers. I don't know.
On the writer's end, yeah. Although I was kind of glad that that character wasn't, like, bending over backwards, impressed with her privilege. I didn't want to see that either, so I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, so then Joey and AJ are back together, and he wants to show her something, and he leads her into the secret rare book library, and he wants to show her the copy of Louisa May Alcott's original version of Little Women. And then she reads to him. And then he reads the boy part. And then they make eyes at each other reading about a cat. And then she tells him, my dead mom used to read this to me. And then he's like, oh, it's like a friend, the book. And his favorite book is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And all I could think was, well, at least it was an infinite jest.
Oh. That would, yeah. I did like Infinite Jest, but it was not my favorite book.
But it's the typical...
Oh, I know.
All Men Stop favorite book.
I'm so brilliant book, yeah. Like, I'm the hippest.
I'm a man, and I like Infinite Jest.
Yeah.
It's the only book I've read.
I did think it was funny, like, when he first started reading, I thought he had it memorized. I was like, oh shit, he loves it too.
Oh,
but he was just reading. The way the camera angle was, so I was like, it looked like he just knew it by heart. And then I saw he was reading. I was like, oh, all right. But it was nice, like, he let his, like, facade of coolness down, to be honest, about his cheesy favorite book. And it was kind of nice, too, because he was like, well, like, all the best things in life, it's simple, sweet, and magical. It's like, yeah, oh, I like that.
Yeah, you're into AJ. You're an AJ stan.
I don't hate you so much, AJ.
No, I still don't really care for him.
I mean, he's not the best, but at least I can see he was a human.
Yeah, I guess. Meanwhile, Jack is at a gay bar.
He's at the club.
Very quickly, someone swoops in and starts flirting with him, immediately buys him a beer. Jack gets so nervous that he runs away.
Oh, Jack, I've been there, sweetie.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Usually I run away because they're not cute.
Me too.
And then they find you and they're like, where'd you go? And you're like, I don't know.
I usually, like, run out of the bar. I'm like, I'm gone.
I did that before. I was running out the door with my coat, and the guy was standing at the entrance like, where are you going? And I was just like,
Sometimes you just gotta get out. Yeah.
You just gotta bounce.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's kind of fun. I haven't done that in a while, but it's a good time.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't escape them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then we're back at the film festival, and it's award ceremony time. And they're announcing the winners. Nikki is very hopeful, but then she doesn't win. And obviously she's very upset. Dawson runs after her. And he's like, look, you got robbed. And she's like, I don't care. I wanted to win. Like, she's very ambitious. She knows what she wants, and she's disappointed. And he's, like, kind of giving her shit for being sad. And she's like, well, yeah, right. Like, your failure didn't mean anything to you. Like, you were upset earlier today, too. And Dawson gives her a pretty rousing pep talk. You know? He's like, you reached people with your film. And that's something I can only aspire to. No one's inspired by my movies. But someday, I hope that I can do what you're already doing. And I'm not going to give up until I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's like the best kind of compliment you could get. He's basically saying like,
Yeah.
you reminded me why I love movies and why I want to make movies. And it was inspiring for him. And he was also kind of nice because he's like, that's more important. Like, you think like the awards are the important thing, but they're not. They really don't matter. The important thing is like touching people. But of course, yeah, like you said, of course, like you want to be recognized, you want to win. But Dawson's right, like
Yeah.
the awards are jaded and political, and there's other reasons, and it's subjective. So, and really popular opinion, it's usually like wrong. So.
Yeah, extremely true.
I know it's like cold comfort, but it is comforting, and really sweet that Dawson could get past his pettiness and give a real compliment. Right. Yeah, so that was nice. Artist to artist. And then where are we next, Mary? I have like a random note and I can't decipher it, so I need to take better notes.
So basically, next Dawson and Andie meet each other as they're leaving the college.
Oh, right.
And Andie is like, he's like, how was your day? Blah, blah, blah. And Andie's like, oh, it was great. Like, I had a chance encounter that led me to clarity. And Dawson's like, wow, me too. And then Andie is like, yeah, sometimes like the picture in your head of what you want can close you off to the beauty of what could be.
So she took the advice.
She took it to heart.
Yeah.
Like, you can't plan everything and you gotta be open to the unexpected.
It's good.
And then we see Jack. He's on the train or whatever, the bus, I don't know, some sort of transport. And someone wants to sit next to him and he's like, hell no. I got friends coming. Don't sit with me. And then the guy walks away and he realizes he's kind of cute. And he's like, actually, you could sit.
He was cute. I was like, Jack, what are you doing?
I know, he was. Well, Jack, you could tell he's in turmoil.
Yeah,
anyway,
he's just nervous,
The guy sits down, and it's nice. And then they start to trepidatiously talk. I don't think that's a word, but after some trepidation, they start to talk. And it turns out this guy is also going to Capeside. What? So that's very exciting. And then Nikki is also on the train because she is just like Dawson. Her parents are divorced. She's doing the divorce kid shuffle.
Oh, man.
And her dad is the Dawson's principal.
I loved that. Oh, my God.
I love that principal.
He is wonderful. He was a great hire.
My question is, if her dad is the principal, why didn't she make the propaganda film for Capeside High?
She's too talented for that.
True.
That's funny, though. That's really funny. That principal is like, yeah, he's the best. No wonder she's so good. She's got a great dad. Great dad. Way better than Mitch. Sorry, Mitch.
Oh my God, I'm not even in the same league as Mitch. So much better.
Oh man.
So
yeah, there's a lot of like strangers on the train, but friends on the train. They're just bonding, all going to Capeside. And Dawson is talking about how Capeside has a really great film class. And he's like, well, it took me a lot of pulling teeth to get in, which we remember. He had to really beg, borrow, and steal. But he's like, I can pull a few strings. I'm sure I could get you in the class. Nikki's like, psh, Dawson, I'm already in that class.
I'm already in.
She's like, I've been working with that guy, like, offline. He's been giving me notes. Like, catch up, okay?
Yeah, so Dee's a little embarrassed, but, like, he needs to remember her dad's the principal. Don't take it personal.
Yeah. And she's hella talented.
He has a lot to learn. He has a lot to learn from Nikki. So.
This will be good. Maybe they'll do, like, co-write or something. Co-director. Yeah.
Or he could write and she could direct, because it sounds like she's better behind the camera than he is.
Yeah, she does sound like she has mad skills.
He's not a great writer.
Yeah, he might need some guidance.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe he could be an apprentice on her next film or something.
He could learn a thing or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sit back and watch.
But yeah, it did seem like people were really into the cinematography on hers, so,
Oh yeah, they said it was shot like other level.
Masterfully.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So Jack, meanwhile, is talking even more with his neighbor. And it turns out that he's moving back to Capeside because he's heartbroken over a boy at his prep school.
Oh.
And Jack is like, say what? Like, I cannot believe that this guy's gay. And he's like, yeah, I'm the straightest gay guy that you know, right? He's like, people always say that. What about you? And Jack's like, what? How do you know I'm gay? And this guy's like, oh, it's pretty obvious. I knew right away that you were gay. Sweet and inexperienced.
Aw.
Poor Jack, he read right through you.
Yep, he did.
But this guy's very cute, and maybe they can spend some time together.
I sure hope so. I am here for that. I ship these two. They're both really cute.
Shipping.
I ship it. I ship it so hard.
Ship it hard.
Yeah,
I wonder if Ben Street is gonna if he's gonna be like popping up in Jack's DMs some more.
Oh, Ben Street! I almost forgot about that.
Ben Street just
mystery boy. Yes,
Jack's just not gonna use AIM for another 5 years.
No,
and then it'll all be on Facebook anyway. And then Ben Street will send him a message, and it'll be like, "You ghosted me 5 years ago. Why?"
He's gonna come back. Yeah, that ghost is gonna haunt him.
Ben Street.
Ben Street. I'm Ben Street. Don't you know?
I want that date. He's like, I'm still waiting for you at the cafe. Where were you?
Oh my God, he's gonna die in that cafe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jack. I don't know. He is skittish, but he seems to have a real connection with this train boy. So.
Well, it's easier to meet someone organically where you're not in a bar. Well, you know,
there's no pressure. Yeah.
There's no pressure. This is just a conversation. The expectation isn't there because he's not going on a date with him, a la Ben Street. Meeting him in a club with the intention of hooking up, a la the club. This is just meeting out in the real world. No strings attached.
Right. Yeah. And it's way less creepy. I don't know. The guy, well, the creepy, mysterious AIM chat, that's a little off-putting. And the guy in the club was real aggressive.
Yeah, he was like, hi.
He had like the earrings and the leer.
I like you. He was like immediately like, you're hot.
Yeah, Jack was like, uh-oh. Bolt, let me run away.
No, but the guy was nice. He was like, let's leave. It seems like you're uncomfortable here. We can go somewhere else.
No, he was not. Yeah, he was not being, like, really creepy. But it was just, for Jack, it was a lot.
He was coming on strong.
Yeah.
Scary for little skittish Jack.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not used to this.
Yeah. So then, waiting for the train is AJ and Joey.
Oh, boy.
They stayed up all night doing the deed, like, talking about Ulysses.
That's a book that
passionate about it.
I have not read that. That's like my one. I feel like everyone's got that book. It's like I want to read it, but I've never done it, and I don't know when I will.
I feel like we read it in high school, but maybe not.
You might have. I did not. I didn't get to be in honors English my senior year. I think it's because I was dating the English teacher's son.
So she wouldn't let you in her class?
I don't think she wanted me in her class. And I got a 5 on the AP English test, so I was kind of bitter about it. I was like,
wait, they kept you in, like, level 2?
I don't know. I don't think I was in, like, the dumb English class, but I was not in honors. And I was like, I'm too smart for this.
Even I was in honors English.
I really wanted to be, and I was, like, pissed that I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm still bitter about it, listeners. If you're a teacher and you have a student who's dating your son, let the girl in your English class.
She probably didn't want to read any essays about her son.
I get it, but like, I get it, but you know.
It's weird that there was only one honors English teacher.
I mean, maybe I was in a different honors, but I don't think so.
But that's also, like, not fair to, like, take away someone's education because they're dating.
I know. I felt slighted by it. And maybe she just thought I wasn't that smart, but I really, like, I got a 5 on the AP test, so I have the grades to prove it. And I work in writing now, so, you know, I have the career to prove it too. That's my little rant, Mary.
Well, kind of science, too.
I know, but I don't really do science anymore.
But it's not like they're like, write a poem.
No, but I have to write blog posts, and I have to write things that convince people to take action. So
I know.
It's got to be that.
So,
kind of thing.
So he's talking about how passionate he is about Ulysses, and Joey's like, "Well, I don't know what I'm passionate about, other than Dawson."
And this made me angry because Joey was passionate about art.
She was, and then she really doesn't give two F's about it anymore.
It really faded away fast.
She was really only passionate about it for a second, and that's why she broke up with D, and now she doesn't do it anymore. So, anyway, this guy's like, you are too close to your own life. You need to get some perspective on it, get some distance, and then you'll be able to see your life realistically.
He's saying, like, zoom it out. He did, like, a really kind of weird math analogy. Like, I can't remember what the shape is, but, well, it's like a donut. And he's like, basically, wherever you are in the donut, like, depending on where you're located on, it looks different. And it's kind of like that same parable you hear about the elephant. Like, if you're blind and you have a bunch of people and they're closing their eyes and they're touching a part of an elephant, everyone's going to describe it differently depending on where they are touching it. But they have no idea what the whole is like. So everyone has their narrow little view. Right. But it's another argument. Like, get your distance, get some perspective, and yeah, Joey's got to zoom out of her defocus.
Of her Capeside. Well, that's what this whole weekend was a chance to get some perspective on her life.
Yeah, yeah.
So hopefully she has. And then AJ's like, hey, can I get your number, baby? Da-na-na-na-na. Hit me with the 7 digits. Da-na-na-na-na. And Joey's like, sure. So she gives him her number. And then Dawson, of course, sees from the train. And he's jealous. He's never gonna get over her.
No. Poor D.
But AJ's got a big old crush on Joey. And then D introduces her to Nikki. So all these new characters, I love it. And then later that night, Dawson and Joey are talking in Dawson's room, and he's like, I think college is really scary. Joey thinks it's the light at the end of the tunnel, but Dawson thinks it's an oncoming semi. He feels blindsided by the world. And,
yeah.
I don't know where this is coming from. Everything in life is just not about winning. Who said that?
That might have been, I actually wrote that down. Surprise, surprise. Joey said that. She said, life isn't all about winning. It's about loving the process and loving what you do. So she's kind of thinking like, Dawson, just enjoy the ride, which is good advice. Yeah. They say that like to anyone. I mean, especially if you're a creative person, like you have to enjoy just making the art and showing up for that. And if you produce something that people love, that's like awesome, but that shouldn't be your whole goal.
Right.
So she's again giving him really good advice. He's getting a lot of good advice this app.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, and Joey is kind of like, as you said in the beginning of the episode, Mary, switched. So she at first was like, I'm going to college to get out of Capeside, but she's now like seen, well, it could be more than just getting out of Capeside. And she's starting to get excited. It's nice. It's really nice.
I think she would be one of the ones that would be raising her hand about going to college because they want to be enlightened and learn about a whole new way of life, because she sort of says, like, I didn't know that I could learn about all these different types of things and be passionate. Like, she's not talking about I want to get a job or even I want to get out of Capeside. She's talking about I want to see what else there is in the world and different ways of thinking. So she is in that 10% of people who are genuinely curious and excited to learn.
I know. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, she
says like, no, go ahead.
Oh, I know she's very concerned about money too, but I know like she'll be able to make money with whatever she does. But yeah, I feel like her whole reason of wanting to get out of Capeside is probably also a little bit motivated by she wants to see what else life has to offer her. And she's seeing, well, college is a good way to find that out too. So, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and she's like, is it just me or does this room seem a lot smaller all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Poor Dawson is like, I was just thinking it seemed safe. Oh.
See, I know.
See.
Well, he's had a little bruising this weekend, He
has.
So he's probably like, all right, I just want to like recoup in some place that I know I feel comfortable. But hopefully it doesn't keep him down. He's going to get back up.
Right.
He's gonna, I hopefully learn from the experience and improve. That's my wish for the big D.
I know.
Especially if Nikki's around to help him out.
It's hard. I don't hate, like, some people, like, hate Dawson. I don't hate him.
Oh, I really don't. I like Dawson.
I
like Dawson, yeah. I don't think he's, like, worth hating. No. I feel like he's got some annoying characteristics, but he's very lovable to me.
Oh.
I like D.
Poor D.
I know. But I'm happy for Joey. And I'm happy that everyone I think everyone, for good or worse, like, got what they needed this episode. Like,
well, poor Pacey got nothing. He didn't even get any screen time.
No, Pacey's like, I'm not on the college track. I'm not even
get to go to college.
I'm not playing around. Yeah, so poor Pacey.
Neither did Jen. She didn't get to look at college either.
Yeah, but of the characters that we did get to see.
But very strange to have them not in an episode, correct?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Pacey I could kind of understand, like, oh, his grades are terrible.
Right, but you'd think they would still check in and see what they're doing that weekend.
Oh, like on the phone or something. Or like Jen and Pacey be hanging out.
Yeah, no one even mentioned them.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, well, it would have been interesting if Jen and Pacey were still like the casual sex couple.
Hooking up.
They could have had a fun weekend, but...
Yeah, for real.
The drama-free.
Did, you know, because there's no Joey and Dawson looking over their shoulder.
Right, they could like finally just like...
They're free to finally relax.
Yes, like let's...
Dawson's room is empty for a whole weekend.
Oh, I wish they came back and they were in the bed.
But then I'm wondering too, like, where did Dawson sleep? Where did Jack sleep?
I know. And Andie.
And Andie, yeah.
We didn't get to meet the roommates. I feel like Andie and Jack said some names of people they were with in the beginning. I, of course, didn't write it down, but...
No, I don't even remember that.
No, we only got to see
Dawson just spent the night watching movies.
He probably did. Slept in the theater.
Stayed up all night.
Yeah. No, we were left with just the glory of AJ, and that's all.
Oh, AJ. Please don't make a return for another episode.
Do you think he'll call her? Think he'll call Joey?
Probably.
Yeah.
I just thought he's weird. Also, he's in college. I don't even think he's a freshman. He's probably a sophomore because he's teaching freshman English. And she's like 16. So, you know, stop it.
It's a little creepy. Yeah. I mean, it's not quite Tamara Pacey, but...
No, but it's
totally...
I never shipped them, unlike you.
Yeah, I know.
That was really wrong of you.
Well, hey, I can't say... I can't explain why. I just thought they were kind of cute together.
No, Christine, no.
I know it's completely wrong.
It's wrong.
But hey.
Is that a siren in the background of your thing? They're coming for you.
Oh, it's not me. They're coming for Tamara.
Oh, God. So, all right. So, bad news on my dares. I didn't do them. Totally forgot about them.
Ooh.
Could have done them. Didn't.
That's sad, Mary.
I know.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised.
I'm guessing you did not.
I feel like I've been saying that phrase almost on the regular, like every day.
Yeah, true.
You know, I actually did my dare this week. Oh, shocking, y'all.
I am shocked.
Well, it was perfect. Like, it couldn't have been the more perfect setup. I was in Baltimore with my really good friend, and she and her husband just bought a house there, so she was showing me the house. Just from the outside, because they didn't close on it yet, or they did, but they don't have the keys. I don't know. So we were walking there, and down an alley, we see not one, not two, but 3 black cats.
Whoa.
I know, and I was like, wow, look at these black cats. We were both kind of like, whoa. And I said, Sarah, I'm getting that witchy feeling. And it was perfect. It was like the perfect way to use it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I was like, this is like too perfect.
It's very well done.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you. I was really proud of myself. I was like, I did it, and it's like still the weekend. I usually am like Tuesday night, like, oh my God, I didn't say my dare. Even though I usually don't say it anyway. But it's stressful. I still am like, hold out hope. I'm like, maybe I'll say it tonight.
Maybe I'll say it.
Maybe I'll say it tomorrow.
I just wind up playing Crash Bandicoot and not saying it.
That's true. It happens. It's relatable.
See, I was trying to say my dare from last week, but
Oh, Mary, I think the boat has sailed on that.
can't do it on the pod. So
No, we know.
we know them's the rules. So, all right. So this week I've got 3 options for you, as is my usual.
Okay.
None of them are great. There weren't a lot of great lines this episode.
There were some, but I feel like some of them are pretty long.
I took way less quotes than usual.
Oh, okay.
So here's what you got. You can call something an unmitigated disaster.
Well, that should be easy.
Won't be easy. You can say anything off of Twitter.
Exactly.
The next one, do you mind if I lay a dose of truth on you?
Oh, classic.
Classic and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where's the other one? I thought I highlighted it.
Uh-oh.
Oops. Okay, well, the other one, sorry to have to do this to you, but you can tell someone that your favorite book is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, geez. That's not going to happen.
Have you even read it?
Yeah, I read it. I mean, it's a good book.
It's your favorite book.
It's my favorite book, yeah. I could say it sarcastically, probably.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
Hit him with that sarcasm.
I like to be sarcastic.
That's because you're a college student with an attitude.
Exactly. I'm hipper than thou.
Superior.
Just like AJ.
I
I have kind of a lot of quotes written down. But let me see which would be the best ones. All right, one I'm definitely giving you is, this is something that Dawson said to Nikki when she was getting that candy, that sugar hit. So you could say, you're not only a better blank than I am, you're a better person. Because Dawson said you're not only a better filmmaker than I am, you're a better person. So you can fill in the blank.
Okay.
That might be...
But no one's better than me.
Well, then you're not going to be able to say it. You could say... Let's see. Well, I'll give you an easy one and then I'll give you a harder one. You could say when Joey was answering AJ, when he asked her, would it be all right if I were to phone you sometime? She said, it wouldn't suck.
It wouldn't
So
suck.
you could say it wouldn't suck.
I'm not 16.
Well, you can channel your inner 16-year-old for a night.
All right.
Or for, just a sentence. Or you could say, is that a light at the end of the tunnel or an oncoming semi? I feel like you could use that too.
Okay.
That's what I got for you this week, Mary.
You always give me the hard ones.
It wouldn't suck. That's super easy.
It wouldn't suck.
It wouldn't suck. It's very easy.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll say it tonight.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
Or you may not say it at all.
I may not. That's as I am wont to do.
Yeah, I'm sure that's our norm.
It is.
Definitely rare where we say the dare. But that's all we got, listeners.
Listeners, thank you for listening.
Yes.
I'm so glad you join us every week. If you like what you hear, give us that 5-star review, baby. We're on iTunes. Subscribe. Tweet at us. We're at When Dawson Cries. At WAH Dawson Cries on Twitter.
Yep. Please check us out online. And thanks for listening. That's the facts. You got it all right, Mary. Nothing to add.
It wouldn't suck if you left us a 5-star review.
It would not suck. See? It would be an unmitigated disaster, however, if you did not leave us a 5-star review.
If you left us a 1-star review, that would be an unmitigated disaster.
That would totally be the semi coming at us at the end of that tunnel.
That would make us cry, which we're not supposed to. It's supposed to be Dawson.
So don't do that.
Don't do it.
Do you, take our advice from earlier, just be nice?
Nice to everyone, and that includes us.
Yeah, especially us.
Especially.
All right, listeners.
Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, love you. Bye.
I love you.
I gotta spread the love, Mare.
My God,
so much love in my heart. All right, listeners. Bye.
Bye.